two fighters should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
Time for our tale of the tape. Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard, undisputed welterweight champion, and he won world titles in 5 weight classes. Vinny Paz. If you've never seen Vinny Paz in action, get ready, ladies and gentlemen. There's a reason they call him the Tasmanian Devil.
As soon as the ball goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
And with that, let's go into the ring. And the Hall of Fame announcer himself, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Palmer Park, Maryland, a legend of the sport, the 5-division champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Cranston, Rhode Island in the United States, a 2-division world champion known as the Tasmanian Devil, introducing Vinny Paz.
The fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready.
Which fans are going to be happy? Which fans are going to be sad?
All right.
I don't know, but it's the argument I love.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. So much firepower here. Got him with the uppercut. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. And he wasn't ready for that counterpunch. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Missing with the hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. About Leonard in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance with...
What do we expect to see here in round 2? Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
If you're an outside fighter, you've got to use that straight jab, the straight right hands, the straight left hands. Doing it that way, it makes it so awkward for anybody to try and pin you down or even predict which way you're moving.
A perfect counter lands. Missing with the left hook. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Just misses with that uppercut. Swing and a miss with that hook. Perfect, very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put him back into the fight that round.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter has been described as a swarmer, that fighter who attempts to overwhelm their opponent by applying constant pressure.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They threw the hook. It didn't land. Swing and a miss with the hook. Both men step back for just a moment. Can't land that jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this...
And there's the bell to start round 4. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Uppercut does not score. One punch could change everything in this battle. The straight right just misses. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope...
There's the bell to start round 5. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The stamina is off the charts. The straight right just misses. A big headshot and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
I've got to see that again.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
Is that forever hope? Remember the fighter, Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
That right uppercut misses. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Talk about Paz in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive and then give it back the next round.
There's the bell to start round 6. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff it.
How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
They got out of the way of that right hook. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Just missing with the uppercut. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Leonard in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance. Round 7, here we go. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. That counter punch caught him clean. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Look back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? The straight right just misses. And he scores with the counter. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Pazienza last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
There's a lot.
Round 8, and we're off again. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges, Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That hook was off target. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. That big hook doesn't land. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. In that last round, stamina is always an issue. And there's the bell for round 9. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Vinny Paz just got knocked down. I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
Where did that come from? What a shot. One, two, three, four, five, six. Give me your blood.
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Paz in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big... This is the 10th. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Right uppercut can't find a home. He threw a punch and just got countered. Nice counter punch right up the middle. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Throws the uppercut but misses. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he gonna stop it? The referee says they're okay to fight, and we'll keep fighting. The jab slightly off target. That hook doesn't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Few body shots in there a little bit.
Okay, focus, big deep breaths.
There's the bell to start round 11. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Swing and a miss with that left hook. The straight right just misses. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot...
And there's the bell to start round 12. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Nobody home with that hook. Just misses with that jab. Well done with that counter shot. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight, it's the size of the...
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Oh, no, Paz is in some serious trouble here. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Vinny Paz just got rocked, and down goes Paz. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
Ladies and gentlemen, a knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night-night.